Many of us are frustrated with God because we feel as though he's taking his time. But we forgot that God created time but doesn't live in it. God created time, put man in time, but he doesn't live in time, he lives in eternity. So God looks at our life and sees the beginning and the end already. This is why we call him the Alpha and the Omega. So it's not that God is taking his time, it's you're providing God with a deadline on when you expect for him to do what you want him to do in your time, but he's outside of time. You have to be careful when you're praying to God about time because he doesn't live in it. He's not restricted by it. He's not held by it. We are. He's outside of time. We're in time. Can we go a little deeper? Exodus chapter 9, verse 5. One verse. It says, and the Lord appointed a set, what's that word? Time. Saying, tomorrow the Lord shall do this thing in the land. Put a mental bookmark on appointed. Now, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, it says, there is, what's that word? A time for some things. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. See, a part of biblical intelligence is when you understand that time is in measurements, but seasons are in manifestations. You measure time, months, weeks, that's measurements. Seasons are manifestations. It's easier for you to recognize the seasons because it's manifested in the atmosphere. You can recognize we're in the season of fall because leaves are falling and the wind is getting a little more brisk. So it's not hard necessarily to recognize seasons, but timing is a little different. Joshua chapter 6, verse 1, it says, now Jericho was securely shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out and none came in. And the Lord said to Joshua, see, I have given Jericho into your hand, its king and the mighty men of valor. This tripped me out. It's securely shut up. Nobody could go in and nobody could come out. And God's like, see, that's proof it's yours. Because with God, sometimes you enter seasons to where it's not what it looks like. The door is closed, but it's not closed for you. It's not what it looks like. It's shut up, but that doesn't mean it's not yours. It's not what it looks like. This is why we walk by faith and not by sight. I know they're not hiring, but it's not what it looks like. I know they're not accepting everybody, but it's not what it looks like. Because my children live under the law of exception. This means it can happen to everybody except me. I don't have time to bother that. Verse 3, you shall march around the city, all you men of war. You shall go all around the city once. This you shall do 6 days. I told my media team, I want us to see these images of, just imagine you have to walk around something this big. And it says, and 7 priests shall bear 7 trumpets of ram's horn before the ark. But the 7th day you shall march around the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow the trumpets, and it shall come to pass when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when you hear the sound of the trumpet, that all the people shall shout with a great shout. Then the wall of the city will fall down flat. Meaning you're not going to have to fight. You just got to praise for this one. And the people shall go up, every man straight before him. Then Joshua the son of Nun called the priests and said to them, take up the ark of the covenant, and let 7 priests bear 7 trumpets of ram's horn before the ark of the Lord. He said to the people, proceed and march around the city, and let him who is armed advance before the ark of the Lord. So it was, when Joshua had spoken to the people, that the 7 priests bearing the 7 trumpets of ram's horn before the Lord advanced and blew the trumpets, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord followed them. The armed men went before the priest who blew the trumpets, and the rear guard after the ark, while the priest continued blowing the trumpets. Now Joshua commanded the people, saying, you shall not shout or make any noise with your voice. Somebody say, shut up. Shut up. Okay. Nor shall a word proceed out of your mouth until the day I say to you, shout, then you shall shout. Our verses of emphasis, the segments of scripture that I would like to bring to your attention and your awareness, begins at the beginning of verse 5 in Exodus chapter 9, where the text tells us the Lord appointed a set time. The Lord appointed a set time. Appointed, a point. The root word in appoint is point. So the Lord has a point in your life that has been set for you to meet. Appointed. Warren, come here. I want them to see this. It's God saying there's a point that I have already set. Just hold up the clock for it. Come up here, you can get into the light. So God is saying, I have already set a point for you to meet. Now, here's the part that we don't like to think about, because everybody always says, it's the timing of God. It's the timing of God. It's the time. Okay, that's not totally incorrect, but it is incomplete. This is the point that God has appointed for you, or let's say it like this. 2 o'clock is your appointment. But what you do at 6 o'clock. Okay, we're going to lose all the amens because we want to put the timing all on God. Okay, you could make decisions at 6 that cause you to live here 40 years. Let me give you Bible. Y'all can see this. Okay. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 17. Let's put this on the screen so y'all can see this. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 17. It says, do not be overly wicked and do not be a fool. Why die before your time? Okay. So watch this. Why die before your point? Are you getting this? You could make choices at 9 o'clock to continue to date somebody that is not God's will for your life, end up blaming God why this man or this sister, y'all been together 14 years and it's the same trauma, the same drama, the same pain. Your point has not changed. It's just you haven't. Is this making sense? So it's not that we delay the timing of God. Stop preaching that. It's not Bible. It's that we are disobedient to God to where we make our trip that was supposed to be 11 days to the promised land, we make it 40 years. Is this making sense? Can I go a little deeper? For anybody who feels like they're waiting, could it be because you are literally doing nothing at each point? So at each point, since you're doing nothing, the wait feels more weighty. But if you were to maximize the use of your time, as you're maximizing the use of your time, you will collide with your point. Is this making sense? All right. So if there is a such thing as a appointed time, that must mean by default that there's a such thing as being premature. Okay? If there's a such thing as an appointed time, that must mean there's a such thing as you not being ready or they're not being ready. Because there's a difference between getting ready and being ready. Can we talk? Your arms good? Can we talk? Okay. Getting ready and being ready are not the same. When you are ready, if you give birth right now to what God put on the inside of you, your baby will live. Because you are ready. If you're getting ready, if you give birth to what God put on the inside of you right now, it will die. Because it's underdeveloped or premature. See, the knowledge of trimesters is for us to be aware of timing and development. Conception to 12 weeks, that's first trimester. 13 weeks to 27 weeks, that's the second trimester. 28 weeks to 40 weeks, that's the third trimester. Why do you have that information? So you could know where you are during this development process. This is why comparison, competing, and emulation are so stupid. Especially in the body of Christ. Because you could end up competing, which will cause for you to give birth in your first trimester because you're mentally competing with somebody on social media who's in the third. So now you're experiencing pain because you lost something because you're competing with somebody who's in the third trimester while you're just in the first. There's a such thing as an appointed time. There's a such thing as it's not time, which means there's a difference between no and not yet. This is so good, y'all. I hope y'all are getting this. See, it's only the immature that get upset over not yet. If I call Warren and I say, hey, bro, remember I'm supposed to come over today. We're supposed to do that video. And he says, no, Crystal's still asleep. I'm watching the children. Not yet. I will say, okay, cool. Just let me know. Now, if I tell Jay, he's like, Daddy, are we going over Uncle Warren's house so I can play with Kai? Not yet. Why are we always saying no? Why? I'm ready to go. It's taking so long. What, right? Because the immature view the not yet of the Father as no. This is so good. When you mature, you recognize not yet means it's not 2. It's not 2 o'clock yet. Last thing I want you to see, then I'll give your arms a rest. I want us to fully understand this. The distance between petition and manifestation is obedience and maximizing the use of your time. Please hear me. The distance between petition, that's what you're asking God for, and manifestation, that's when God reveals to you yes or no. The distance between petition and manifestation is maximizing the use of your time and obedience, which means you can't rush 2 o'clock. You can't rush your appointment. If you decide to show up early, say you go to your doctor's appointment at 9 a.m., but your appointment's at 2 p.m. What do you look like mad that the doctor hasn't seen you at 12 p.m.? I wonder, is there anybody frustrated with God because he won't squeeze you in?